What is going on, NextGenTactics? It's Colin, and in this video, I want to talk about a couple of things. So I'm going to talk first about the patch, I'm going to talk about Battlefield Premium, and I'm also going to give my thoughts on this weapon, which is the L86A2. It's one of the new unlocks that's available with the Close Quarters expansion pack. Now, I think that DICE probably made a bit of a blunder in making these unlocks available to PC players as soon as they got Premium and the patch, and not actually the DLC. But that's okay. It kind of gives us the ability to play around and gives us something in order to keep us amused while we wait the extra week over the PS3 users for the Close Quarters DLC. And I do have a PS3, but I was busy with work this week, had a bunch going on, so I opted not to get it. On the PS3, I will pick it up tomorrow on PC. Now, this L86A2, other than probably my initial day one impressions of Battlefield 3, I have not posted any support gameplay where I'm using a kit-specific weapon, one of the LMGs, probably ever. I ranked up that kit with PDWs and shotguns so that I had all the gadgets, the mortars, the C4s, the claymores, etc. in case I ever needed them, but yeah, I never even completed one service star. I think I had a few kills with the default unlocks from day one, which would be the M27 IAR, as well as the RPK. And I got my 50 kills with the PKP, which is one of the Battlefield Premium challenges that you get, so you can earn a new dog tag. Woot woot. Anyway, first, let's talk about the patch, and I like it. I like it a lot. Suppression is now toned down to the point where the balance of probability of winning a gunfight has swung once again in favor of the person with the better shot, not necessarily somebody with piss-poor aim who shoots first. And that's a good thing. It still makes it, you work for those kills if you're suppressed, but it doesn't make it impossible. You can actually see I just started with this gun. I got my first 10 kills. I'm unlocking the holographic sight. I had started off this match with the M27 in order to finish the number of LMG kills required to unlock it. And that last kill kind of demonstrates something. I've heard a lot of complaining about this is overpowered and that's overpowered. I know that they buffed the F2000 when used with a foregrip. And they also put it out there as one of the incentives, one of the premium challenges is to get 50 kills with the F2000, which I did, and quite enjoyed it. I've always liked the F2000, especially in close quarters, and they've made it a little bit more viable in longer range. However, it's not like super overpowered. I don't think that any of the guns are super overpowered, and people tend to complain as soon as they start getting killed with things. So the M417 is overpowered, the ACR is overpowered, just how it goes. And whenever people start getting killed by something repeatedly, it's overpowered, obviously, rather than it just being a function of it's a shiny new thing that a bunch of players are playing with. So you're getting killed with it a lot. I still contend that in this game, the weapons are so closely balanced that nothing overcomes, doesn't matter what weapon that a player has in their hand from a specific kit, the player who is more quickly and accurately able to get shots on their opponent in the upper chest and head area is going to win the gunfight. It doesn't matter. And, different weapons require different levels of skill to kind of master that technique. The M16 probably being the most versatile weapon and likely the easiest to master when it comes to recoil control and getting those shots on target, but it's not so far out of line with the other assault rifles, in my opinion. So, practice with whatever gun you have, and only if you run into somebody of equal or greater skill will you lose a gunfight to that person if you know what you're doing and you're playing your weapon correctly. So, all the complaining around the F2000's overpowered now, the AEK's overpowered, the ACR, all the new unlocks are overpowered. Get used to playing with them. Get better at shooting for the chest and head. There's so little difference in the actual damage characteristics in the weapons in this game. It's kind of funny, actually. And the only big differences are in rates of fire, recoil, spread, that sort of thing. And they aren't substantial differences. So, I get out hip-fired by a guy with an UMP while I'm using the L86A2. That should happen. I didn't accurately shoot for the head, but when I aimed down sights and took my headshots, didn't matter if they were using a shotgun, a PDW, whatever, I got the kill. It's all about, who has the better shot. And I like that. You can use just about any weapon if you have a good shot and you can get up towards the head. So, quit complaining. Practice more. As they'll say in the game chat sometimes, less QQ, more pew pew. So, onto this weapon. Actually, no, let's talk about Battlefield Premium for a second as I work this weapon. It's kind of like rinse-repeat gameplay. It was a 48-player TDM. My team was either sitting back at the tracks. They had the left-hand side cover with snipers and support. Some of them were pushing the middle, so I kept running to the right to make sure that the enemy team couldn't swing around this way and flank my team, who were all sitting up on the tracks, and take us for, 10 or 15 kills before somebody knows what's going on. I just try and read the situation in TDM, and how I play the map it just depends on how the team's set up, in order to maximize my kills, minimize my deaths, hopefully get the win. And Canals is where I like to go to test out new shiny weapons, because it provides a bunch of different combat situations, and you only have to move, 25, 50 meters to get it. So if you want longer range engagements, you patrol the sides. If you want medium range combat, push up a little bit along the sides. If you want close quarters, rush the middle crates. And you can kind of see in a matter of a few minutes and a few engagements how a weapon's going to perform in different situations. Once I got this thing equipped with the laser sight, it wasn't bad in close quarters. Again, if I run into somebody with a PDW or a shotgun and they've got a good shot and I'm up against them with this, then I'm toast. But I can use it effectively if I catch them off guard. The hipfire wasn't bad without the laser sight. It's much better with it. And, this thing it doesn't really shine against assault rifles in any situation, although with the heavy barrel, it definitely is a lot more viable, and you're going to be able to contend in gunfights, against a player of equal or slightly lesser skill. So, it's good. I'm kind of enjoying it. A little bit sad that I didn't run more support before now, but not really. It's a game. I like playing medic. I like playing engineer. I like blowing stuff up. But I will be running a little bit more support. So if you want to see that gameplay, or if you want my thoughts on the new weapons, I'll probably put out a couple more videos this week looking at the 2 unlocks on engineer, the 2 unlocks on the medic kit. I don't have the recon unlocks done yet, but I'll get there eventually just for something to do. But so when it comes to Battlefield Premium, a lot of people are like, is it worth it? And I think a lot of that depends on where you're from. So if you look at various different currency conversions, and I've left a bonus clip in here where I kill a sniper and then turn on a guy trying to knife me. But if you live someplace where the currency converts in a way that Battlefield Premium is less than buying all the DLCs, and you're going to buy all the DLCs, and you have the money, go for it. It's no brainer. You get early access. You have some of the abilities to reset your stats. Not all of your stats, but the little dashboard dials on your battle log profile, those reset, so you can use that for benchmarking purposes. You have the ability to be prioritized in queues when you're waiting in queue for a server, which is maybe a little bit controversial, but it is a perk. They're going to have monthly double XP events for premium users. If you're going to get the DLCs anyway, and where you live, it works out that it's either less expensive to get premium or it's roughly a wash, I'd say go for it. But really, it's a personal decision, and it depends on your financial situation. It makes sense for me to get it on PC. I know I'm going to get all the expansion packs, but maybe not so much when it comes to here I turn on the guy. Maybe not so much on the Xbox or the PS3. I might look at those DLCs individually. I might not get them for the consoles at all. I am primarily playing this game on the PC, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's about it for my thoughts briefly on the patch. I like it. There is a new little glitch introduced with the smoke grenades. I think that's more the weapon unlocks than the patch. But, nothing but good things to say. I guess I'll probably have to go into a bit more detail on the patch because I have been all over the place. But overwhelmingly positive from my perspective. Very happy with the way things are going. And looking forward to close quarters tomorrow. So expect more videos. Cheers. We'll talk soon.